Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward or stay with us through our hellos. I'm gonna check the sound now, so if you hear something twice, don't be alarmed. It's not you, it's me. I am 5 minutes. Sounds good. Interesting that there is a little bit of a lag on the dive, a little bit of a delay, which shouldn't affect anything, just strange. Good morning, Gina. Gina says, have a nice week, everybody. And of course, same to you. The Norte continues today. A little bit, um, a little bit softer, the wind, a little bit less strong, but still going. Yesterday, the port was closed. I don't know if it's going to be the same today. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Cherry. Yes, you're in your Spanish immersion, so yes, buenos dias. I see that you're enjoying Merida, and it's a beautiful time of year to be there. I hope it's not too hot. Good morning, Cindy. All right, it is time for us to start, and we continue to explore the basics of meditation. Today, we will look at the concept that you probably heard about many times. It's usually referred to as the monkey mind. Pema Chodron writes, the nature of mind is to think. It's as natural for the mind to think as it is for the body to breathe or for the heart to pump blood through the veins. And the motivation behind meditation is not to get rid of thoughts, but to train the mind to reclaim its natural capacity to stay present. When we try to put our mind on our breath as the object of meditation, we very quickly realize that we have this monkey mind. It just goes off after a few seconds and takes us to the other side of the world or to something that happens a decade ago. So to stay present, our mind needs training. But it's not to say that we're training our mind to be better, not at all. We're training to bring out the mind's natural wakefulness. And it may be hard to believe that our mind's natural state is wakefulness because we spend so much time in what's called discursive thought, this constant narrative we're so used to. But it is true, our mind's natural state is spaciousness, quietness, wakefulness. I did a silent retreat once when I spent an entire week alone in my house, right here, in silence. And during silent retreats like this one, you're not supposed to do anything that distracts you from the present moment. For example, you're not supposed to read or watch movies or even write in your journal, because all those things can be used as a distraction, as an escape from the present moment. You're not even supposed to exercise, to even do your yoga practice, if you use your exercise practice as a distraction. So all you do is meditate and simply be. When I was preparing for the silent retreat, I thought it would be really challenging for me to do it. And I was very surprised to learn that after only one day of utter discomfort and weirdness, of not knowing what to do because I suddenly had all this time on my hands, I quickly settled into this beingness without having to do anything. After just one day, my mind settled into the present moment, and I felt so calm, so awake, so refreshed. In the silent retreat, I learned that it is true that my mind's natural state is wakefulness and spaciousness. It was really like a spa for my mind, and honestly, I didn't even want to come out of this retreat after a week. But of course, it is very hard to believe this unless you experience it for yourself. And not necessarily through a silent retreat like I did. This may be too much logistically to organize and commit to, but through your regular meditation practice. As the Buddha said, don't just take what I say as true because I say it. Really test it with your experience. So when you meditate and you notice that your mind has wandered away from the breath, away from the present moment, all you have to do is call yourself back to the present moment by labeling all thoughts as thinking. You don't push the thoughts away. Rather, you simply note them and you return to the breath. As you meditate, simply acknowledge your awareness of thinking by saying to yourself, thinking. Then return to the breath. The instruction is really that simple, which is not to say it's easy to do. So let's practice this together today. And before we drop in, I want to read a poem from Vilga Khyentse Rinpoche. The towns and countryside that the traveler sees through a train window do not slow down the train, nor does the train affect them. Neither disturbs the other. This is how you should see the thoughts that pass through your mind when you meditate. So take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle into your body. As always, pay attention to the 6 points of your meditation posture: your base, your legs, your hands, your torso, your face, and your eyes. Finding a very stable and comfortable base, settling into the natural length of your spine, natural openness of your heart, allowing the life to pass through you as energy, whatever happens in this moment. Your eyes can be closed or open. Your breath soft and easy, completely natural. Check in with yourself. What is the strongest experience you're feeling right now? Can you contact this experience non-verbally? Just getting a felt sense of what's happening. We will start our practice today with the exercise we have done a few times before. Imagining that you are sitting or standing on a pier, gazing at the ocean, looking at the boats passing by, where the boats symbolize your thoughts. And then we will let this visual go and simply acknowledge all thoughts with the label thinking. So now imagine yourself on a pier, gazing at the ocean. Looking at the boats of your thoughts pass by. Some of these boats are big, important thoughts, like huge cruise ships. Others are small, like fishing boats. Some of them move slowly. Others dart around back and forth, like often the thoughts in our mind do. You are on the pier, simply looking at the boats of your thoughts. And in this exercise, you can characterize the thoughts. Oh, this is a worry I often have. Oh, this is a happy memory, etc. Keep your breathing nice and rhythmic, not forced. And just watch what's happening in the ocean in front of you, in the ocean of your mind. You may notice that some thoughts are repeating themselves over and over again, and some thoughts are new. If you suddenly find yourself on board one of these boats, actively thinking this thought instead of simply looking at it from the pier, no worries, it's okay. Don't get frustrated or judgmental. Remind yourself that this is the nature of the mind, to think. Simply note that and return back to the pier, back to watching the boats of your thoughts pass by. And now let this visual go. Stay with your direct experience of the present moment. Stay with your breath, not watching the breath like a hawk, but rather feeling it. And whenever you notice a thought, simply say to yourself, thinking, thinking. You don't need to characterize your thoughts in any way. Simply note, simply acknowledge. And now bring your awareness back to your breathing, back to the present moment again. Notice the steady rhythm of your breath, calming, quieting, the rhythm that is with you all the time. Scan your body again. Notice how you're feeling right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to stay with this practice as much as you can. Of course, you'll spend most of the time, as usual, lost in thought, engaged in this constant inner narrative, and that's okay. But from time to time, I bet you'll become aware of the fact that you're thinking. And in these moments, simply say to yourself, thinking, thinking. That's all. And little by little, this practice will help you to simply be with yourself without judgment, no matter what, cultivating the quality of clear seeing, clear awareness. As always, enjoy this process. And if you feel inspired, share your experience in the comments. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.